Welcome to Me, She, and Her podcast. I got a conversation between three friends. Our song for today is Let It Burn by Jazmine Sullivan. The key verse is, if you're ready to take this ride, we can go all around the world, baby. Even go to the stars if you like. Let's chat. Welcome. You are listening to the Me, She, and Her podcast, a guided conversation between three friends where we discuss business, leadership, relationship, and fitness based off song lyrics. We use our experiences, testimonies, and throw in a few jokes to bring you an entertaining view of lyrics from popular songs, old and new. Come listen in on the fun. Welcome back to the Me, She, and Her podcast with Monique, Summer, and Ashley. The question for today is, what is your dream bay vacation or destination you most want to visit and why? Ladies, what is your dream bay vacation destination?
Well, I guess I'll go first. So my dream vacation has always been Tahiti. The French Polynesian Islands are absolutely beautiful. Crystal clear water, just to have like some kind of hut or room over, or I should say a little cottage over the water.
So that's the place where they have the little huts out in the water and you have to walk the little boardwalks to get to the, but each room is its own like entity. Oh
yeah, they have that. There's some other places like the Maldives or that's how you say that, but that have that too. But it's just something about French Polynesian. I had like French. I took French in high school and college, and don't ask me any French because I really don't know it right now. I haven't used it, but like I guess that French influence, it's kind of what sparked that idea about Tahiti and French Polynesia. But Tahiti itself, just the culture itself, the idea of the exclusion way out in the ocean and being away from everything, and really cutting off. I mean, obviously they probably got Wi-Fi and all kind of stuff like that, but on vacation it's gonna be none of that. It's gonna be like we can literally
detach.
Go off
we got to detach
and be just the two of us,
right?
Thing.
Focus on us
and hearing the sounds of the water and the beauty and having all that surrounding was the initial draw,
right?
So yeah, that's my Tahiti's definitely number one on the list.
So we're gonna go around and get each destination before we go into the why. So Summer, what's your dream bay?
Well,
vacation.
It's difficult because it depends on what mood I'm in. So today, if she asks me next week, it may be something different. But today is Fiji, and so I've always loved Fiji. And I love Tahiti.
Not the camera.
Not the camera. Or the water.
Or the water. It's an actual island.
The island.
Yes.
And I think, is that French Polynesia too? I think, right?
I want to say, yeah.
It's not too far away. But I was looking at it the other day on the map, and I was like, oh, it's a lot of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly somewhere, and I'm going to just go ahead and cruise to the rest. Because I'm not trying to get on them little planes.
You got to get on the little plane.
I mean, helicopter. Can I helicopter?
That's smaller.
Well,
the helicopter's smaller than the little plane.
Yeah, but the heli. The little plane. All I can think about is Aaliyah on her little plane.
Oh, it was loaded. It was over the load.
I don't want to be loaded.
That was the issue with them.
So let me tell you,
the weight load was high.
Do not overload my little plane going to Fiji.
So you gonna be out there checking bags yourself?
I'll be checking bags and checking weights.
You gonna put me on the weight?
If you overweight, you're not getting on the plane either. The weight capacity and your bag capacity for my trip to Fiji. But yeah, it's something about and I wasn't a water person, but when you see it, it's just gorgeous and it looks serene, it looks peaceful, and it looks tropical, and, sexy. I'm all about sexiness. So, I like Fiji, I like Tahiti, and I do love Bora Bora. So in between, whatever I'm feeling like that day, it's going to be between those three. But those are my dream vacations.
Right. I think for me, of course, Bora Bora is on the list, but I would like to go to Thailand.
Yes.
And kind of experience that culture. And they have beautiful...
it's gorgeous over there too.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen some of the pictures and some of the people that's traveled over there, and it's just gorgeous.
The spa.
Right, the spas, the water, and then some of the resorts out there.
Yes.
So I would definitely like to spend that with Bae whenever.
So I can't take you next year?
somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I want a massage with Bae.
Yeah.
That couple's massage.
Massage in Thailand with Bae.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I would think for me, it's Thailand is dream Bae vacation.
Keyword Bae.
Bae, boo, thing, sugar, plum, mine, man. You know what I'm saying? Mine.
The kids say mine.
All mine.
It's finding Eva.
All mine. So why did y'all choose those places?
One thing is, being so far away from, everything else that we've been to. Fiance and I, we love the Biltmore up in Nashville, North Carolina. So that's like our go-to vacation right now. But it's in the States, something we can drive. I think I want to go away from all that. I want to be away from being immersed into a whole nother culture and being, although, there's going to be culture, we'll have a seclusion also. So it's going to be like a mix of both where there's going to be a completely different culture, seclusion itself, nature, being around, just being somewhere serene.
Yeah.
That's the thing, what I think I want to look for. Something serene, where it's peaceful, where
it's peace.
And no time, no watches, no nothing.
Away from the rat race.
Right.
Of always attached to your phone, always checking this, checking that peacefulness those places bring.
Right. And I mean, obviously there's other islands and stuff that can do that, but I think just having that, there's something about that attracts me to having put in a place I've been before. I've been to other places outside the country, but I haven't been to any islands. So that it's going to be a different experience, I would expect.
Yeah. I think a why for me is spending that type of quality time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of my love language. And
top love language.
So spending quality time with a person that you're interested in, you're in love with, because to me that type of trip is we more than just booed up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, the money we paying to go
right.
there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This more than just we go together.
Right.
Nah, shawty.
We
engaged or we married. That's the ultimate bae. You know what I'm saying? You ultimate bae.
Right.
You one and only bae.
Ain't no scrubs going
right. Nah.
We
ain't paying that type of money just to be thinking we interested in each other.
Right.
So
you can't travel with everybody.
Lord.
Establish that.
Yes.
Lord, you can't. Lord knows you can't, because we got some stories about traveling with some friends and acquaintances and associates.
Oh Lord.
And even just on day trips, it wasn't even a full 24 hours.
Yeah.
We just took a day trip somewhere and you like, I can't be with you no more.
We've established that.
There's one thing I learned. There's compatibility when it comes to stuff like that. You can't when it group trips. You got to learn the ebb and flow with everybody, because there's multiple people wanting it. Wanting to do different things, and I think. When a trip is like a vacation, it's going to be two of you. Ideally, you'll be unified as to what you want to do, try, and experience together. And so I hope it would be with somebody that you can travel with.
Right. So we started off with it being about dream Bae vacation. So my question to you all is, how soon should you travel with someone that you're dating? Like to build up to the dream Bae vacation. Like how soon should y'all just be traveling locally to different stuff within the United States, or even, I'll consider Mexico or Jamaica that far of a trip.
Right.
Just places like that. Like how soon?
I say it depends on the relationship, like how y'all have been in this relationship. So for instance, if we've been in the communication in relationship, so if we've been dating for 2, 3, 4 months, at that point we need to go somewhere. We need to go do something. And I think it depends on how old you are. So at 21, that's different. I mean, I want to go with you nowhere.
Right,
but at 31, we need to start seeing how we going, because you're coming into my world. If I'm already traveling, I'm already doing things, I may have things lined up.
Which a lot of people are.
A lot of people are. And I've actually had guys being like, oh, okay, hey, when all this, I want to go on a cruise with you. Oh, okay. I'll go on a cruise,
Right.
And so sometimes we cruising. Yeah, and that's just talking for a couple of months, and not everything with COVID or whatever, but that was
COVID killing plans.
COVID killing all the plans.
Killed it.
All the plans.
We
had a lot of trips.
We had a lot of trips planned. Shout out to COVID.
Shout out to COVID.
You know what I'm saying? You did your thing. You know what I'm saying?
You did it.
Shout out to COVID, because you shut it down.
The world down.
You know what I'm saying? You shut it down.
So I think I personally think it would depend on, because you might be talking to somebody and the conversation is a little slower, it's not moving faster. So it depends on how all of that is going, and I think you could take a day.
So do you take a trip before y'all get serious? to see if y'all compatible in travel?
I think you could take an in-state, in-city trip. So since we live in Florida, I'd be like,
go to resort in Orlando,
real quick,
or go down to Miami,
real quick,
or go to Clearwater,
real quick, and see, because that'll let you know if y'all were gonna go somewhere further and longer.
That's okay.
And I think it's levels to it. So.
Yeah, definitely levels.
I agree.
Definitely levels.
And there's also like I said, traveling with somebody, you see, you can see how they react to situations when things don't work out the way that they're planned.
Yeah.
You see how flexible they are, how they can compromise, like all those. There's traits about
how easily frustrated they can be.
Yeah, like all those traits will come out. When you're dealing with vacations or little small day trips or whatever, which is good because you need to learn. You need to see somebody in an array of situations. I remember this one old lady told me. I don't remember exactly who it was, but she said, "Do not ever marry a man until you see him mad." And she was trying to basically say, make sure you've seen the range of emotions so you know how he reacts to certain things.
Yeah,
so it's the same thing with the vacation.
That quote that everybody is talking about from from Tyler Perry. He has a quote going around saying, "Don't truly get committed with someone or married until you've seen them in their 4 seasons, mad, happy, and I can't remember all of them, but until you see them in all 4 seasons, right." Then you truly know who they are. And I think traveling brings out certain certain character traits in you. Right. So either you claim you easygoing, but when you at the front desk trying to check it out, or you're checking in and the front just giving you a runaround, are you still laid back and easygoing? Right. Or you come out the woodwork, or you get to a restaurant, or some plans fall through because you want to go here and you can't go, so are you flexible in changing your plans? Like, I think traveling, it really shows you some different character traits, of people. Yep. Agreed. I think if you're traveling with someone that you're you're dating, I agree, you probably need to do it a little early. See if y'all, how they are in handling certain situations. Yeah. And if y'all agree with doing the same thing, like, are you always doing what they want to do? True. Or are they willing to do what you want to do? So, like, when you go out of town, are you asking me?
Are you telling me?
Oh, right. Are you asking me? Oh, what you want to? What restaurant you want to do? What do? Or are you saying, okay, well, I already got this? Like, we know this is different than flown out scenario. Right. You know what I'm saying? When they flying you out to visit them, they planned it. That's right. So they planned it, and if you come to visit me, then I have something planned with you. But if we're already dating and we're going on this trip together, we're flying together, then were the plans made by you, or did you ask for my input? And when we get there, if the plans fall through, how do you react? How do you respond? Right. So I think it is key that you kind of it builds up. It's a build up.
Right. There's levels.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We start with the little trips, then we build up to the ultimate dream vacation. But just know, I want to go to Thailand. Right. You know what I'm saying?
The ultimate goal is that Tahiti, that Fiji, that Thailand.
Like, just know, because I think you was telling about this a guy where he's been traveling the world. Oh yeah, he's been by himself, and that's what he does. So anybody that he starts to date or talk has to be willing to travel with him. And travel the world and be easygoing, because he might not have everything planned out. Nope. Like, hey, I just bought a ticket today to go such and such in 2 weeks. No, I ain't got it all planned. I just want to go.
Can you go?
Right.
Are you flexible?
I think as women, we sometimes we not always as flexible. Like, when you get in certain trips, depending on what didn't happen on the plane or at the airport or the cab ride or anything, I think it really is a test for men to test women. Yeah. I think it's an opportunity for men to test women. Like, the woman you dating, is she flexible? Right. Is she easygoing? Does she get easily frustrated when things go the wrong way? Right. Or how, because I think I was on Facebook and somebody posted some meme or some Twitter thread about this dude who was with this girl. I don't know if it's real or fake, where the girl was like, he flew her out. They took a trip. I guess they had been talking or dating for a little while, a couple of months. He was under the assumption that I'm spending all this money for us to fly out. I'm flirting with you. I'm telling you that ultimately I want sex. We're going on this trip together. In the thread, he was saying that she was flirting back in that same manner. When they get there, she asked for separate rooms.
What? You didn't know it was a separate room before you went?
Come on. They went to dinner. He was like, okay, that's fine.
And then you want me to pay for the separate room?
he did the separate room. They went to dinner. He was still making certain suggestions, flirting. Now, we all know when a man flirt with us, based on how he flirt, what he expects. Okay, So, and she giving it back. Right. So when we give it back, that means we open to it, right?
Yeah.
So in the thread, he was like, when they got back to the room, and she was like, no, why do you expect that from me? And she just basically was like, no, I don't want that. I'm not feeling you like that. That's what he told her. He was like, when they got back after dinner, she was like, I'm not really feeling you like that. I'm just gonna go to my room. So he said, dog, am I wrong for going down to the front desk, canceling her room, so she have to pay for it and canceling her flight back?
Nope.
So she could figure it out?
No.
Nope.
And the friend was like, not really. Towards the end of the story is basically she found out that he had canceled her payment on her room, so she had to pay for it, and her flight. So she tried to make up with him to get back.
What?
Girl, that
girl, bye.
Girl.
I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but that is an example of maybe y'all should have started small.
Yeah.
Started small and built up to a major trip.
I'm saying a little overnight, a little quick beach trip, in the city, wherever you
before you get to the ultimate bay, because I want to say it was an international trip.
Oh, yeah, no.
So it might have been, international could be Jamaica, Cancun, you know what I'm saying? But it still was enough where the flight was a reasonable amount where she had to
come up with.
Right.
Did you have it to come up with?
Did you have to come up with?
And
so,
then no.
So you have to build up to that. So start off with small trips, but ultimately, I think when you're the ultimate dream bay vacation, and I think for women, well, let me speak for me. For me, I want to travel with my significant other.
Yeah,
right.
Me too.
I want to experience the world with my significant. Just like in the verse, hey, we can go around the world. That's what I want to do.
That's what I want to do.
I want to go. I want to travel the world with my significant other, the person that I'm in love with. Think that experiencing new adventures together and new things, to me, should bring you closer and build a stronger bond and add additional memories to you all's life.
Right. And there's also the people that don't like travel. Some people are just homebody. They don't want to go out of the country or whatever. Yeah. But you got to be careful about getting with somebody that does. So you can find those things out once you start planning stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't want to travel and that person, that's what they like to do, just like that guy. He's a world traveler. He's not going to get with some girl that want to be at home all the time.
Right.
Like, that just doesn't make sense. Right. They're not compatible in that sense. Like, even if the other things are there, that's a main big thing for him. Mm-hmm. So that right there is a red flag saying, you know what, we might not be compatible as we think.
And that's when you own a lot of these, dating apps. You're talking to guys as you're filtering them. Filter. They say, hey, be passport ready. If you don't have a passport, swipe left. I've seen a lot of profiles like that where they're basically saying if you don't have a passport, they don't even really want to engage in conversation with you because they must be going and traveling.
And if you don't have a passport, then that means you're not really big on traveling.
Right. Or you ain't trying to travel.
Oh, you ain't right. Because everybody has renewed their passport.
Except for me.
Mine is taking a long time. They behind.
Well, you COVID.
You result of COVID.
Yeah.
So they was out of office. But our thing is to travel internationally.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the opportunity for us to do a big couples trip.
Oh,
where we travel somewhere. Yeah, where we travel somewhere.
You gotta limit. You can't be too many couples now. You gotta select couples.
We're talking about the three of us.
Yeah.
You can't. Nope. We know some. Nope. All couples are not created equal.
No,
that's true.
And all couples you cannot travel with. Yeah. Some I really don't know because I just know the few couples that I know of friends, well, associates, and but there's some that I know I would love to travel with them because they have a ball. You know what I'm saying? We having a ball here in the hometown. I know we'll have a ball abroad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. Yeah. I'm excited. So building up to their dream bay vacation, I think another place I would like to do is, and I know it's not extravagant or as fancy as Thailand or Bora Bora, but the Colorado mountains and the Arizona mountain desert, like I've seen some resorts out there that are like breathtaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be a nice vacation with bae. Like, I've seen some of those resorts out there. I'm like, oh, that would be a nice vacation. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. Put that on the list.
Or even trips where you both have to learn something. Like if neither one of you been skiing before and you go to like Vail, Colorado and learn how to ski together. Like that's gonna be an experience. We were both learning, you know, all right, how do we learn these things, these events or these activities together? Like that should be a new experience or something that you can experience with your significant other. So the other thing is I do want to go back to Europe. Yeah. Like I've been there before, but it was, I traveled with one of my friends that I used to work with. And we're still friends today, but me and her traveling worked perfect. Y'all was
compatible on travel.
She's a little more of a partier.
Oh, that's the thing. Travel compatibility.
There you go, right there.
Hey,
right there.
Bam. Travel compatibility. It's a thing.
It is. But yeah, like she's a little more partier than I am, and I'm a little more laid back, and I'm a little more of the planner than she is. But she was fine with me planning certain things, and there's certain things that she wanted to see, and there's certain places she wanted to go, and we worked together. It wasn't a big thing. We just kind of went along and went through the whole pass, and everything was great. So we went on a couple trips between the two of us a couple years ago, but going back with my significant other to Europe and going experiencing like the castles of Europe and like that's a different thing, So like that's another thing I do. That's on my list.
I want to go there too. So
I do.
I do.
Like, that's my thing.
Yeah, I do. I want to do a tour of Europe.
Yeah.
Scotland, I got castles to go see. I want to see
right. Versailles is beautiful.
It's a lot.
Do that justice.
I want to see all that.
Yeah, because I haven't been to Paris yet. I haven't been to France yet. So those are places that I definitely want to go.
Yeah,
right. I like it. Right. That might be a girls trip first.
Yeah.
Before Bay trip, we got girls trip.
And during Bay trip,
okay. Right.
Let y'all go smoke a cigar somewhere. We'll be over here shopping. Spending y'all money.
Leave your cards with us.
Right. Leave the card with us.
Just add me as authorized user. I have my own card. I don't need yours. Mine is connected.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. So we traveling with Bae.
Traveling with Bae.
We know where we going with Bae.
We know where we going.
After COVID.
Post-COVID.
Woo! COVID.
So ready for that.
Lord mercy. Lord mercy.
2020, boy.
But we did have
trips lined up.
Several.
Yeah,
we did.
Several trips.
We was in the works.
We was from April to November. Mm-hmm. We had almost like a trip a month.
Yeah.
Ready.
We was ready.
Ready.
It was the year of travel.
It was the year.
We kept saying.
It was the year.
And COVID was like,
and boom.
Nope, that's not.
Suck that
up.
I know so many people that have people from clients from work. They had this one lady. She had a trip to Alaska planned. Wow. She had another cruise that she had planned all around May, April. Wow. All that stuff got canceled. The other guy, another client, him and his wife were going to Norway. Wow. And they travel regularly.
That is somewhere I want to go. Norway and Sweden.
Yeah. I all through. Norway and Denmark.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Denmark.
And I may go to Belgium because it's there.
Yeah. So I'm like, everybody was hurt by that travel was getting canceled.
So at the end of the day, make sure that you have travel compatibility with your bae. Okay?
And I would go further and say your bae, your friends, and even some family.
Right.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole
nother. We'll leave it there. With your travel compatibility with your bae. Then et.am. If y'all don't know what that means at all, the legal term.
Yeah, that
means everybody. Everybody connected to you.
Oh, yes. Everybody.
We're coined the phrase travel compatibility. I love it.
Yes. Yep. Travel compatibility.
I love it.
That's what we did it.
We're coining that.
Hey,
trademark.
Bam.
That's the
subgroup
subtitle of our
podcast. Right. So we want to thank you all for tuning in to Me, She, and Her podcast, a guided conversation between three friends. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.